the girls. Oh, sure, they're not as pretty as Dale's troop, like Josh and Cassie and Gail and Cynthia and Vanessa and beautiful Gretchen, but they're beautiful nonetheless. Alright, so I think I had a bad cord or something. We're getting to the point now where I have like 3,000 USB-C cords, and some are of dubious quality, so we're going to see if this thing is going to work or not. On the old, what does George refer to it as? The coffee grinder. Hey, salutations to all. I just got through watching, been a little late, and then I'll explain that in a bit. On things.
Flight mode 3. Binding.
Just got through watching Stephen, Virginia Bareback Boy. He had posted this ridiculously beautiful video of flying out there in Virginia. And by the way, I think no one in his neighborhood is poor. I mean, it's insanity. Yeah, see that one? That's a bloated battery, and it may be dying. Been bloated for a while. I'm gonna try the other battery, and if that thing fails, then it may be time to. Yeah, probably gonna run that one down just for fun at a later date. I'm not gonna subject y'all to that foolishness. Yeah, this is old bloaty, the battery I'd used previously, and at least I think it is. It may not be. Let me put that in my pocket. But yeah, oh my goodness, it's so lovely to watch him fly around the countryside there in Virginia. Actually, that is not old bloaty. That's another battery. Yeah, if this one fails, I might slip in the house and I have a third battery and see if it charges. Otherwise, it's off to AliExpress and order another battery. Really, I only need one. The thing flies for like 14
Throttle
minutes.
active. Binding.
Yeah, that one's coming off the pad slowly too, so I don't know if the batteries are just pooping the bed or what. We'll see. Yeah, I think they're dying. Oh, that one's emergency landing.
Throttle hold.
Yeah. Here, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I ended up with 3 batteries for the MD500, and I think 2 of them have pooped the bed. I'd love to, and I think I may do this later, discharge them. The one of them's bloated, and it's been bloated for some time. The other one is not bloated, and it ain't working. So my third battery I've just put on charge, and we'll see if I can get that thing out here today. If not, like I say, I'll order another one.
Binding. Throttle active.
So what I did here was I force charged the Bell battery. Overnight, and then generally it'll keep for a day before it starts to discharge on its own. That's Miss Karen, cool Karen. She's one of the work campers out here. Her and her husband Terry, Marine, they keep the place mowed and weed it And I don't know what their arrangement is, but they usually get rent-free or reduced rent or that kind of thing. Beautiful morning, actually. No
9
wind,
minutes.
and it kind of sucks though. Is Yeah, I could have went out to the club today. They mowed it over the weekend, but I decided not to. I'm just not feeling it. Of late, I've not been feeling it, and I'll explain that. I think I've talked about this before. I'm type 2 diabetic, around 20 years, controlled. Um, about 3 or so years ago, maybe even 4 now, they come out with. Anyway, my condition, it's a disease of progression, and my condition has somewhat worsened about 3 years ago, and the meds I was taking became somewhat ineffective. So it's time to go on over to another mechanism, and that mechanism is Mount Gero. And what it
8
did
minutes.
was give me joy. I lost 33 pounds, and that right there will help your sugar. And my overall average blood sugar fell into that of a non-diabetic. And you can't beat that. However, the first 60 days of it, I thought I was dying. I walked around with indigestion, for just tremendous indigestion. And you'd take the drug, and man, day 2 and 3, you were wiped. The easiest way of describing it is a general malaise. You didn't feel like doing anything. Now keep in mind, you're taking hormones.
7 minutes.
This is the first one I ever bought from RCERA, and I stalled the blades. It fell over at the house in the front porch and stalled the blades, and one of the things they touted the virtues of is you can't do that. Well, it stalled the blades and killed the board, and $2 later I ended up having with another board, and yeah, these batteries, AMRC, it seems like, at least for me, I have about 5 of these things. You just fast charge them overnight or charge them overnight, if you're going to fly the next day, and it works perfectly. They just no longer maintain a charge more than a day or so. And who knows why. I tend to believe that I'm a little hard on batteries because I have these 30-watt fast chargers and stuff. And it seems like they don't tolerate it very well. I don't know if that's true or not, but I use fast chargers. Ooh, there we go. Landing. Yeah, usually I get at most 6 minutes out of one of these.
Throttle hold.
So it is indiscriminate when I shall enjoy unbelievable malaise, but yeah. So what ends up happening is sometimes a couple of days a week are lost. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, I'm charging the MD500. Let's take this one up. So what's interesting is this week I've had a couple, the last couple of weeks I've had a few bad days, and usually what I end up having to do is just fight through it. You can attempt to fight through it, and I try, and many times I'm successful and many times I'm not. So anywho, it also has to do with the weather. If it's cold outside, man, I am hypersensitive to the cold, and during the times of the shot. So you end up just laying about and watching YouTube and you don't feel like doing anything. I mean, even catching up on the web forums. In fact, in a weird kind of way,
0 volts.
it's nice to get a break from the web forums or whatever your normal activities are, and I frankly have been enjoying that of late. Today is day 4 of the shot, and what I'm going to do is feeling a whole lot better. In fact, yesterday I made myself go out to Walmart and go hang out with Ralph, and we'll talk about that
Throttle
more.
active.
Yeah, yesterday was a good day. Okay. Yeah, I had, went to Walmart and
0.
got all our goodies.
Low battery. Battery critical.
Not true. It says 8.4 here. Excuse me. Yeah, the other day when we were out at the club, this thing went through an I'm not happy mode and wouldn't fire up correctly. I think Dale has less than 20 days, probably about 15 days or so before his universe changes and he goes back overseas and hangs out with them. This is an amazing crew of people.
8.3 volts.
I understand a black tie affair is occurring. My wife and I brought black tie stuff for the cruise, and as it turns out, we're just getting too old for giving a crap about stuff. But you normal people, it's lovely. Yeah, let's go for a walk with this thing, shall we? Be like a George. Actually, this is how I taught myself to fly collective pitch helicopters. I just used to walk around. It was so funny because the folks that were in the know in reference to flying helicopters and that sort of thing are like, oh, you can't do that, it's just terrible. No, it actually taught me how to fly. It did. They were wrong.
8.2
Which
volts.
is not unusual. Okay, so what we want to do is keep this out of the grass. I think George is out trying to literally intentionally bang into vegetation with his I don't want this thing to wrap up and end up in the grass. Concentrate and try to use my good eyes. Yeah. So drugs are really a godsend
8 volts.
for the most part, but they can also be just terrible with the side effects. So, went out yesterday, had a really nice day, took the wife out, and just you'd think a trip to Walmart would be banal and horrifying, and it's not. It's just lovely. Here's a problem. It is so nice here, as you can see right now, and there's mowed paths. You've seen me do this stuff before, and the dogs love it. We love it, and it's just hard to get off the property. It really is. And then when the weather's bad, Dale, wink, wink, nod, nod, say no more. You just find all kinds of fun stuff to do rather than
7.9 volts.
leave the property. And I think it's unhealthy after all. I genuinely do. Go out there and get this thing all wrapped up in the bushes if I ain't careful. And boy, it's a ability to be like a fine-tuned watch would be over. So we visited with Ralph yesterday because he got his new lemon. That thing
7.8
I'll cut to the chase on that. We were able to get that one to run. The first one he bought from Motion RC for $40 pooped the bed. It made it difficult to troubleshoot it because there again it pooped the bed. So it was defective to begin with, which is our problem. And then, of course, it is wildly ornate and difficult to program. If you don't use text gen programming or whatever, you can now, apparently like Radio Master, they have a little applet, and you can
7.7 volts.
use your radio. Well, unfortunately, Ralph's radio is not updated, and I don't know if it's registered to him or not, and on, you know what I mean? Okay, we're going to end up being low on battery here eventually, so let's get the flock out of here. That thing is so cool. Saw one the other day. They're going up in price just like everything. But yeah, yesterday stopped by Rouse. Thank you, Sand Crab, for hooking a brother up on the
7.5 volts. Low battery.
The instructions. I actually found them later on at the RCG website on the lemons. Yeah, problem we run into is that it's fiddly and ornate to do it manually, not using the radio.
Low battery. Low battery.
We're going to just fly through that a little bit and discharge the battery a little more.
7.4 volts.
Yeah, unnecessarily fiddly and ornate.
Low battery.
And then even those instructions that some well-meaning guy wrote, they're kind of jacked a little bit. So anywho, yesterday we got it running.
Low battery.
He's going to have permanent gyroscope. He'll be 82 tomorrow.
Low battery.
Landing. And he really needs a gyro. Oh no.
Low battery.
Oh no.
Throttle hold.
There we go.
7.3 volts.
So I was all jazzed. We only had to change the direction of one of the surfaces, and we were able to figure that out as well. So pretty cool.
Low battery.
I gave him just a little bit of wind abatement because you just don't need to go nuts.
Low battery.
In fact, what happens is if you overly tune the gains on that gyro, it annoys it immensely. And they start wagging, tails start wagging. So yeah, that's what we did. The weather here has been abysmal. Not like excuse me. Oh, by the way, I just took delivery of the battery for this the other day. I took a delivery of a second battery because the dang thing's so fun. Yeah, to say the least, the setup on the Lemon model 0086 is absolutely obnoxious. Reminds me of setting up an ESC on the radio, you know, sort of. But back to the weather. The weather has been slightly abysmal.
Switch warning. Flight mode 3.
In that it's been raining most days. And
Throttle active.
that'll wear on you. What did Ralph tell me? He goes, I'm getting depressed. I said, here's what's funny. 3 years ago, we come here and it rained. I'm pretty sure it rained 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weekends in a row. And I felt bad for the locals because, you know, we're retired, so we screw off during the week. So it really wasn't that big a deal to us, although it did, much like right now, become grinding in that just, if it wasn't raining, it was wanting to rain. Or, you just couldn't do anything outside, so it bummed out the locals. But it seems like it's kind of doing that now. You get like 1 day a week, 2 days a week, and I ain't got anything else to do, but loading the stuff back up and loading all my gear in the truck and everything for a day out
9 minutes.
out at the club is not that joyful an idea. Yeah, let's go for a walk. Anywho, what else is going on? My host here, I don't know, man. That $5.50, $6 a gallon in diesel fuel. I think he had to raise the fees here. His parents own the place. I told you all this before. His parents, bought the place 40 years ago, and they're aging out, and they they didn't have to have high fees here because they had owned the place for so long. Well, he's effectively, between charging us for electricity now, along with rent, you fairly well double the price. Well, we can afford it, so no big deal, but a lot of people can't. And then you have our little Iran kerfuffle, and next thing you know, fuel, you've doubled your price out here, and fuel is outrageous. And it's so funny, man. The moment fuel goes up in price, the entire market reacts, or anything happens, the market reacts just immediately. And then after everything kind of slows down, the market takes months to react, months to reduce the price of fuel. So right now, there's not a whole lot of people here, and coupled, there again, if you want to look at it all holistically, first and foremost, fuel hurts people. The second, he doubled his rent. And then third, weather's been crappy. For us, we just don't care because I love having to wear a jacket.
7 minutes.
I've been wearing a jacket since March 15th, all through the Mediterranean. I've been wearing a jacket. It's lovely. So probably what's keeping him afloat right now is we seasonal people who pay, I don't know, whatever it is we pay. My wife's in charge of all that. And there's about 10 of us. So that gives you money. All these people here, you see, right across the way, they're all seasonal like me. They've been coming out here for 40 years. And now their kids are coming out here. But and then a few behind me are seasonal, and the rest of it is folks who are just day trippers, for lack of better terms.
6 minutes.
And I'm pretty blunt with a guy. Also, I am deft in how I speak with him as well. And one of the things I was being deft about was the other day, he hasn't sent me my electric bill. It's all these are meters on here now, and I know how much I use, and it's fine. So I asked him 2 questions. I says, one, how do I pay you for your electric, which is, I think, separate from his normal billing. He's using a different vendor for electric. And then the other question was, where do I sign up for next year? And he says, consider this email proof that you're going to be in that spot next year. So that answers the question. It means I got at least 1 more year out here. Because if the business fails, you're done. And there is nothing else up here. Well, there is. 1 hour north of here in the middle of nowhere.
5 minutes.
Lovely little RV park. I'm 5 years old, literally. It's embarrassing.
Listen, I retired in 4 months. My wife told me I had to grow up. So.
I tell people I'm this many.
That's right. Take care, sir.
Bye now. love people. I do. They don't annoy me. So that's a 1C battery, guys. 1-cell battery. And I don't know how long this thing's been flying. I went ahead and bought another battery because I love the thing so much, and it's relatively quiet. I think this is one I told y'all I banged once, so it has a slightly different timbre to it. Wah, 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 wah. Didn't even chip a blade.
4 minutes.
So we'll be back here next year, barring anything bad. Yeah, all good things come to an end, and Trimble Park, everybody's aged out there. That's the thing we do for 2 weeks when we get home, and we have you used to have Thanksgiving out there, and it's down to 2 campers. People are aging out, and I tell you what, it hurt me because we've been going there for off and on. Man, like 20 years. Well, I've been going there for 30 years, but I'm talking about for Thanksgiving, off and on for 20 years. Now, we'll still have Thanksgiving with our pals. It's just Sherb and I, all our relatives are dead, gone, or you don't want to be around the ones that aren't. Isn't that thing cool? It's like a 100 size. And it's just like, like a Swiss
3 minutes.
timepiece. How do you get that kind of precision out of something that I don't believe it cost me, I don't know. It's $50, I don't know, it's stupid. That's the new battery. Well, MD500, so I can get another pair of batteries probably. I've had these things for some years now, I believe. So anywho, all good things must come to an end, and one day I won't be able to come here either. It's gonna hurt initially, man. I'm gonna be like, oh, Jesus Christ. Pile it into a tree. Okay, we'll give this battery, this is the first charge on this battery. We're going to give it a little respite.
Throttle home.
Freaking awesome. These are all brushed motors for the most part. Some are, some aren't. But the tail rotors are typically brushed. Well, not on the MD500, I see. Yeah, this is our life, and we absolutely love it. We have been so unbelievably blessed. I was telling Sherba the other day, we just had such good times together. She's such a doll. I mean, an absolute doll. I says, do you realize that in the last 120 days we've been in the Mediterranean?
Throttle active.
I don't know, 6 or 7 different countries.
Binding.
Bobbing around on a cruise ship. And then standing at Times Square or in front of the Statue of Liberty. There's our battery. We're good. Little mini Bell. Yeah, just great for campground flying, you know. McMoyer? Mike Evans, good to see you out west, man. So you went and picked up your rig from Moab. We liked Moab, but it can only be out there for a few weeks at a time because it's just so hot. And you're heading back east with it, I understand. So that's cool. Man, that DJI rig you got there is, awesome. Got my own.
9 minutes.
Got my own wake. Start to get spritey with these things. You gotta be careful. The bugs have abated finally. Usually it's the second week of June. I have not experienced a bug-free second week of June. I've been coming up here for 5 years. They have been miserable. Usually right around July 4th, you're done with them for a while. So it's another 1C battery. Often, when I first bought all these things, I started wondering, what's going to wear out first, because they have bushings instead of bearings, and is the battery going to wear out first or the airframe? What else? Sand crab, yeah, thanks, buddy. Really, you were very, very beneficial giving me that manual for that lemon. Ralph's, getting old and crotchety, and he would tell you that, and it just starts bumming them out when stuff doesn't work. And I'm Mary Sunshine. I go, like, in fact, I'll tell you what. That first lemon would go right back to motion. He bought it though so long ago, but there are ways to. Yeah, that thing sat in a box for about 6 months, and that kind of stuff doesn't slow me down. I would return it. In fact, I think it got reboxed. I do. Anyway, we're almost ready to do his PA-18 from FMS. Probably running into that a little bit was, and it still is in my opinion,
7 minutes.
Sean has a PA-18, my other buddy that sold me my puppy, the farmer. He was telling me out there the other day, he goes, man, these servos react quickly. I go, yeah, I noticed that on the Timber X. Those are servos meant for a 20-year-old. I mean, they're just brilliantly fast. And I spent a fair bit of time dumbing them down, reducing the throw and yeah, increasing the exponential. So we went back through his yesterday and did just that. And I says, Ralph, if you have the I said, I haven't really watched you fly. Do you bang the sticks? He says, oh, when I get it up high and this, that, and I said, be a little careful about banging sticks on this thing. You need to be really precise. Particularly that rudder. And if you fly with a rudder, a lot of them don't fly with rudders.
6 minutes.
I remember going out to my first flying club. Everything I'm telling you just about except for new occurrences are the old stories. But I went out to my original flying club and I'm watching my buddy fly, and I noticed that basically, like sand crab, he just would push the throttle up and then he would fly right stick. And he come from helicopters, so I don't know why he was doing that, Eric. Because you're having to fly coordinated turns. You don't have any choice. You got to use the rudder. You see? I mean, I guess you could just fly it sideways. I don't know. Anyway, it's not what I do. What else? Okay, so today's Thursday. My friends are going down they rented a home with a pool for summer vacation in Florida.
5 minutes.
Of which I believe a lot of day drinking is going to happen. And we're going to be hanging out with them via video phone. And I keep threatening to get a hold of Dale. We have 2 different time zones and like vastly different, but we need to give each other a little jingle one day. We really do. You get a little jingle, jangle, jingle. Landing. This thing will fly forever. I'm gonna go in and see if my other battery is worth a darn. I'll come back out. There we go. Stay on the map.
Throttle hold.
Yeah, it's gonna start raining tomorrow. So Sherba and I will hang out and do Brian and Sherba things. I'm going to try to play catch up today on all the videos and stuff that's going on. Make sure I'm not screwing with these batteries anymore than I have to. Tell you what, let's let that battery cook a little longer and we'll fly the battery out on the Huey. What do you think? Yeah, I'm in love with YouTube. I have 20 years left on the planet, which y'all get to hear a whole lot. And as such, I am in a thirst for knowledge. And I'm here to tell you, you've heard me say this, guys, anything you are doing, want to do, or will do, somebody put it on YouTube. And you can just about get a university degree on any topic that you want.
Throttle
I mean,
active.
there's some amazing programming. So between that of being a dog slave and dodging the rain and having to deal with medications that are just, I mean, brutal, we stay busy. I'm as busy as I want to be. And God, I'm so blessed to be
Switch
retired.
warning. Middle rates.
It's funny, I'm watching
Stabilized mode. 0 volts.
I'm watching Steven and
Low battery. Battery critical.
am I not on here? Where am I at? No, I'm good. Steven and Dale and all these others finally come online in reference to being retired, and it's hilarious. They
Landing. Throttle hold. Takeoff.
so I wonder if it's a particular battery that gets annoyed. I don't know.
8.
The other battery did fine. This one looks like it might be bloating a little bit on the bottom, so it may. I don't know if it's what it's doing, but this is anomalous behavior.
Telemetry lost. .3 volts. Telemetry recovered.
Yeah, that green light blinks. I'm gonna.
Throttle
Okay, there we
active.
go. There she goes. Yeah, I'm with AMRC. I hate batteries that you can't just plug in your own
8.3
self.
volts.
How'd you get those lacerations? Can you repeat the question? Yeah, I won't hand catch a drone either. I will not. Have I ever hand caught a drone? I don't think so. You want to guarantee you're not going to crash your little bird? Buy a bunch of spares. There's spares for everything. I can't even imagine. Dale's got like 125 things that
8.2
fly.
volts.
And you know he's got spares aplenty. Like crazy amount of spares. So I wonder who's watching Gail. I guess the sister-in-law, right?
Volts.
So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, hanging out with a wifey. Basically, kind of their summer really only starts like around July 1. Because I think next week we start getting Rockin' at the River. It's their free concert series. And what they'll do if it rains is they'll just go indoors. Oh, my neighbor's a golfer, I forget.
7.9 volts.
Yeah, I'm not a golfer. I'd like to say I've never held a club, but that's not true. I've done mini golf and about it. Well, I did see this thing, the non-dumbed down version for sale the other day on AliExpress. Well, that place is like RC porn. You almost have to stay away from it. All right, let's review. The drug I'm taking is a lifesaver, but it indiscriminately thumps on me
7.8 volts.
every few weeks. Like at least once a month, I've lost a couple of days, and sometimes more. Yeah, you want to whip that tail around as that thing's coming to you, and there is no tail whipping with this thing. I mean, Zippo. What else? Got Ralph squared away on his PA-18. All the surface controls are working, and we have stabilization that's going to be on permanently, which is fine because I told him a lot of my planes are that way. I know Dale just threw up in his mouth a little bit, but the reality is that we love these things. They allow you, when used properly, to mature as a pilot quite nicely. And when you're old, it allows you to fly longer.
7.5 volts. Low battery. Low battery.
What else? Yeah, we'll come here. Yeah, that is actually big news. I've already made arrangements down in North Carolina for a month, and I've already made arrangements for this. So we do stuff a year in advance for a number of reasons. One of them is I'm anal retentive. The other one is that when you have a jumbo like that, it's 40 feet long, you don't have a lot of choices,
Low battery.
and there's not a lot of premium spots.
7.4 volts. Low battery.
You don't have some contact cleaner. I wouldn't mind hitting those battery terminals with it. Is Ollie watching me dead? Let's see.
Low battery.
Landing.
Battery critical.
Oh no, it's not.
Low battery. Throttle hold.
Summer festivities kick off here in a few days, like around January 1 or July 1. What else? Yeah, we got to get out of this place. It's just so nice. We just don't. And we always tell ourselves, well, we're going to go ahead, and then we don't. And it's because we're dog slaves, basically. Brian, what's your occupation? Well, I'm retired, but I'm a dog slave.
Telemetry lost.
It's my job. But no, we're doing great. I mean, with all things considered, we're doing wonderfully. You know, folks back home are suffering 95 degrees. That's not in Kelvin or Celsius. That's in Fahrenheit, freedom units, and it's crazy. Hey, I'll be right back. I'm going to say this MD500 battery is charged as much as it's going to get. But yeah, we're doing wonderfully with all things considered. Wrong one. Yeah, I love, and I do mean love, having one radio for everything. It is just lovely.
Switch warning. Flight mode 3. Throttle active. Binding.
Guys are geniuses on RCG. They come up with all the multi-protocol. That one's got gas. So I'm gonna just off camera. I'm gonna discharge the other batteries as low as they'll go. But I think they're either they're these are 2-cell batteries probably. They're probably so far out of whack, I think I'm gonna just take old Bloaty and get rid of him. I mean that really needs to be a standard operating procedure anyway for a battery. If it bloats, you're out. Azir, Rick, does not subscribe to that. He subscribes to I shall have a drawer full of brand new batteries, but continue to use my bloated batteries. You need to cut that out, maniac. You've had a number of crashes. Well, it's been so nice to see his videos. I think he's got a video for stuff up for sale, so I don't know. What are you doing, Rick? Are you just getting rid of stuff so you can, get around, or are you fixing to leave the great state of New York? What are you doing? I ought to call him. I got his number. Yeah, this battery is sweet. I just don't know if I need 2 batteries, you know what I mean? It's probably going to cost me $25 for a battery. Although, man, AliExpress is just wonderfully cheesy. You put one of these batteries in your cart for $25, and a week later, you'll find another vendor is selling them for $15. And what do you care if it takes a month to get here? Yeah, that is a nice battery.
8 minutes.
Yeah, in all fairness to me, though, the other battery was bloating right off the bat. Just a slight bloat. My thought process was if it doesn't fit in the little sleeve, then we just go ahead and trash it. But hell, it kept fitting. So yeah, I ran one of the batteries for 25 minutes last night just at idle on my bed. I figured, well, that'll do it. No. That was the non-bloaty version that I was trying to revive. Need a light bulb. An incandescent light bulb. I think I might still have like some old automobile 1157s, 1156s. Might be time to break out the soldering iron, but it just starts getting stupid after a while. You're trying to revive a $25 battery and just buy another one and be done with it. Dale's version of this, the black one, is like a junkyard dog. That thing has been crashed, but boy, it's working nicely now. He revived the tail and some blades. Ooh, I need to treat myself to some Dale coffee. We literally, like it's gold. We treat ourselves. I think I'll do that the next couple of days. Dale, I'm going to be right busy the next 3 days. Lord have mercy. I'm busy 3 days ago, or it's handy. That truck needs a bath.
6 minutes.
You can't see it because it's white. There's a reason why old men buy white trucks. They stay cleaner longer, they look bigger, and they go with everything. That thing is just so precise. Yeah, I think there's some functions you can't do with these. When you put it on a Radio Master. Probably not now. I mean, I imagine they have full function on these things from them old crazy fellers that do all the heavy lifting. I just stand on their shoulders and benefit from what they do. It'll be sunny this morning and rain in the afternoon. It's just beautiful. And I've always liked the MD500. Cletus McFarland bought one of these from South America and basically had to, bought an airframe and had to redo it. He got the gurus of these things. It's amazing. You look at these people; they're like just over, 5'10", and they're unassuming looking, but just unbelievably amazing pilots and their skill set, and just incredible. All right, we're out of battery and I'm out of blather. I sure do wish every one of y'all the very best, and if I missed you, on the shout outs, it was obviously not intentional. Oh, and rowdies, let's say it. I don't think the rowdies are going to see this kind of stuff, but the rowdies, extra shouts for them. All right, and as always, see ya.